Hey, good afternoon. My name is Catherine Case, and my business is called Essential Oils Daily. Um, Today, I'm going to share a presentation with you that I developed a few years ago about the big picture of wellness. Because something that I noticed as I was teaching normal essential oil classes is that people listening to the presentation are so conditioned by the pharmaceutical industry in the United States that they really want quick fixes. Like, we want a fairy godmother to come down and grant us all of our wishes, and we want just something to undo all the damage that we've done over the years. And I'm going to tell you that essential oils are not that. They are a very powerful tool for your health and wellness, but they're part of a bigger picture of taking care of yourself. So there are so many things that we'll dig into that are working against us. I teach a whole class on toxicity that we can talk for hours about that, but we won't today. But just what essential oils are and how they fit into the whole big picture, that they aren't like what we're conditioned to hearing from pharmaceutical advertising, that it's going to solve all of your problems. And we listen to that part, and then we cover our ears when they're listing the side effects. So I want you to open your mind for a minute and think about the whole big picture. And we're going to go through some of just the basic information. I'm going to share my screen with you. Essential oils are super powerful, and we've used them for so many things in our family. But they don't replace, many of the other things in our lives, like going to the doctor and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and dig into this presentation called The Big Picture of Wellness. And the big picture of wellness is caring for yourself and others. If, like me, you're a mom, you spend a lot of time thinking about those other people in your household that you care for, and kind of shaping their little bodies to be the best that they can be. So I think that anybody can take control of your health and wellness. It's the best that you can do to begin while you're already well. And if you're not still well, if you already are plagued with different health issues, there are things that you can do to take control in certain areas and win back some of that ground that you've lost over the years, just because of genetics, other health factors like our diet, exercise, stress, toxicity, getting informed self-care, and being proactive with your medical care. So we're going to dig into those things. And doTERRA has developed this tool called the Wellness Pyramid that can help us see those things. So as we're looking at the big picture, it helps to break it down into pieces so you can more easily see what your role and your behaviors and your decisions have in contributing to your overall wellness. So we'll discuss the big picture, and I'll make some oil suggestions along the way for each of the levels of this wellness pyramid. So the tip of the iceberg, however, is all doTERRA's offerings fit into the bigger picture. So first of all, what is an essential oil? If you don't know what an essential oil is, we're seeing them everywhere, which is scary because a lot of things that are called essential oils on the market are not actually essential oils. So a real essential oil is a natural aromatic compound found in different parts of plants. So when they are extracted the right way, they can be used to our benefit, like the way they would benefit the plant. So God put these amazing tools into plants to help them protect themselves in nature. So this is a picture of a peppermint plant under, high magnification. And you can see those funny little spikes. Those are not essential oils. Those are just a little thing for them on the surface of the plant that protect those essential oil sacs. So if you've ever taken peppermint leaves and smushed them or chopped them up, you notice that the aroma becomes stronger. And that's because you're breaking those little essential oil sacs and releasing the essential oils. So why does quality matter? As I was saying, essential oils are everywhere these days. If you look around, you will see little bottles that are called essential oils, but may not actually be. So doTERRA's owners set out to establish a new standard for this industry, it's unregulated. So the FDA does not regulate essential oils. No one else is really regulating it. So it's up to the individual company, similar to the cosmetic industry. It's up to them to regulate themselves. And as you know, a lot of people like to make a quick buck, and they don't have integrity. So they label it with things, words like 100% pure, organic, all natural, and things like that. And they actually don't even have to be that. It's really up to the consumer to educate themselves and not necessarily trust those labels, and do some research and digging around. Thankfully, doTERRA has what we call third-party testing, and they have different people who test the oils at every step in the process, so that we know that we're not getting foreign contaminants in the oils and things like that. So the largest portion of oils that you'll see on the market are actually synthetic. So they're not essential oils at all. They're formulated in a lab to look or smell similar to an essential oil. But if you're trained in this, you'll be able to discern that difference right off the bat, just from the aroma, but it's not an actual essential oil. The next largest is the food grade, and the FDA does regulate that a little bit, and they have a standard that's called generally regarded as safe. And so for me, when I learned that, generally regarded as safe was a little too general for me, because there really, again, is no testing done, and no one really, they put that label on it, but it's not backed up by a whole lot of evidence. And there's the therapeutic grade, which is a smaller portion, and then there's certified pure therapeutic grade. And that is the standard that doTERRA established, and it ensures purity and potency. It's tested by doTERRA themselves, and it's also tested by third party to get an unbiased, estimation of the purity and potency. So essential oils are going to change based on where they're grown, the climate conditions. A few years ago, when our lavender fields in France had a dry season, our lavender smelled a little bit different. So the crops grew in a really dry condition, and then they were a little bit different. So doTERRA tested to make sure they still met those therapeutic benefits. And if not, they would just get rid of all of it, which seems tremendously wasteful. But they really, when they're selling something for this purpose, this therapeutic purpose, they don't want it to fall away from those standards or come short on any of those. So there's also, since then, we've expanded doTERRA's growing area to Bulgaria too, and we have our own distillery there. So it's a really beautiful thing that we get this amazing lavender, and we have this cooperation with the distillery, and all of the people there benefit, and then we benefit too to get this beautiful essential oil. And not all literature on essential oils. So I always say to go to primary sources. My background is in education, and I taught freshman composition for a few years. And so when my students would do research, I would make sure that they weren't going to just Wikipedia, because anybody can contribute to that they weren't going to sources that are bought and sold, where the information might be changed to benefit someone financially. We want to go to scholarly research. And so not even all of the scholarly research on essential oils is true about doTERRA's oils, because they meet a higher standard. So a lot of the information that aromatherapists used to study would be true for essential oils that had different distillation methods that were either stripped by a lot of essential oils are not steam distilled, but they're stripped by a chemical called hexane. So you're getting the essential oil, then you're also getting residue from that chemical called hexane, or different alcohols and things like that, which isn't what you want for the therapeutic benefit. So it's very tricky. All that to say, just buyer beware, do your research, and find out what you're actually getting. There are a few different ways you can use essential oils. You can use them aromatically. I have my little diffuser going behind me. We use it that way almost every day. It doubles as home fragrance to make your home smell beautiful. It affects your limbic system almost immediately when you get that aroma, and it affects your brain. You can also use oils topically on an affected area. You'll want to dilute most oils. If you're using them, especially on a regular basis, you need to dilute them. We apply, say we have a tummy ache, we would apply oil over our tummy. If we are dealing with children, as you can see in that picture, there's this little bitty baby. You can use oils on the bottoms of their feet where the skin is not very sensitive. You also have reflex points there that correspond with different organs, which is so amazing how we're made, and how we can get those benefits just from the bottom of our feet in through our body. So, for example, my husband had an eye infection going on from being on the rowing machine, and dust flew into his eye. And he had, this was when we were new to essential oils, and he did the normal thing that you would do. He went to the eye doctor and got some drops to clear that up. And he went through the whole week of drops, and it didn't work. It didn't clear that up. And so he said, I know you have to have something. So he looked in one of our research books, and they recommended oregano. And oregano is a very hot oil, so you would not want to put that on your eye, because obviously your eye is so sensitive, and you're not even going to want to put it around the skin on your eye, which is like the thinnest tissue on your body. So he looked up the reflex points for his eye, put the oregano on his toes. The next morning he woke up and it was perfectly clear. So he continued that protocol for a few days. And from that time on, if anything's come up, we've realized that we could just go to the oils first. We don't need to waste our money on some drops that didn't do the trick for us, not to mention the time that it takes to go to the doctor's office and the copay and things like that. So it's just so great to have these tools in our homes, have the knowledge from books, and how to use them so that we are empowered. And finally, you could take them internally. I always drink out of these giant quart glasses of water, so that I know that if I'm drinking 4 of those a day, I'm getting about a gallon of water a day. And I will add about a drop to this whole quart. There are different oils that have recommendations for, it'll say supplement facts on the side. So for Slim and Sassy, for example, it would be a few drops in 4 ounces of water. If you're just going to drink a little bit, that does not mean to add 16 drops into your 32 ounce water. That just means that's your dosage for the day or for a few hours. So you don't want to overdo it with that. They're very powerful. You'll see if you were drinking that much, if I was, doing the math and having that many drops in this quart of water, it would be too much. It would be burning my lips and my mouth. And so that's not really a healthy response. So we're just going to take it easy on that. You can also use these empty vegetable capsules that doTERRA sells, or you can get them in a different health food store. Internal use applies only to certified pure therapeutic grade oils that have nutrition facts on the side. So if it does not, I'm going to reach into my little oil drawer here with some of my backups. So here is an oil called Serenity Restful Blend, and it does not have supplement facts on the side. That means it's not best for internal use. There's some other things in there. So, but looking at our spearmint, it does have supplement facts, and it says 1 drop is the for internal use. So you would dilute 1 drop in 4 ounces of liquid. So 1 drop in 4 ounces of liquid, or 1 drop in 32 ounces of liquid, because you don't want to do too much throughout the day. So I had somebody who was doing that with Slim and Sassy, and she was overdoing it. And it's a very intense flavor. And so if you wanting those desired effects from the Slim and Sassy and you don't want to drink that much, we have the Slim and Sassy soft gels that have about 5 drops of oil in the soft gel. So it gets to your digestive system where you need it to start breaking those fats down. Okay, so the first part of this foundational part of our wellness pyramid is eating right. And so our food supply is kind of crazy. Our food is not as nutritionally dense as it once was because of farming practices. So I saw something the other day about we would have to eat like 6 stalks of broccoli to get the nutritional value that our grandmother would have gotten from like one healthy portion of broccoli, about a cup. So we, no matter what we're doing, no matter how great the food is that we're growing, unless we are growing our own food with heirloom seeds from soil that we've composted, that we know is organic, it's not going to be as nutritionally dense as the food that our grandparents were eating, which is so crazy. So supplementation is going to be your best friend. We take the Lifelong Vitality supplements, which you can see too. This is a daily nutrient pack. So I use the Lifelong Vitality, which is these two, the omegas, and the Microplex VMZ, which is a whole food supplement, in addition to the Alpha CRS Plus, which is for our cellular health and energy and things like that. So not only are they infused with the essential oils, the omegas are infused with 9 different essential oils. So if you're not good about remembering to add those into your protocol every day, you can get those right from the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And then the Alpha CRS Plus is going to be the thing that gives us the energy and helps our cognitive function and all of that. So if you are taking all of these things, if you were trying to supplement on your own and build the supplement pack, there are doctors who have tried to do it and they've topped out at about $600 of trying to collect a really high quality CoQ10, a really great omega. We have plant and marine omegas. The marine omegas from astaxanthin, which is a microalgae. So you're getting the benefit of a marine omega without risk of mercury contamination because it's just a microalgae. So it's really beneficial. There's so many benefits in there. I could teach a whole hour class just on that product. So first of all, eating right. So even when we're doing our very, very best, it's still not going to be enough. So it's going to be important to supplement our diet. The next piece of the wellness pyramid is exercise. And so there are oils that can help you support you in your endeavors to exercise. I don't like exercising. I like the way I feel after I've exercised, but it's just really hard for me to get going sometimes. So I will add Slim and Sassy to my water. I will put Motivate or Passion from the Essential Aromatherapy on my wrists and smell that. And then Deep Blue Rub, if you're planning a really hard workout, you could do it beforehand and after. I know some of our rugby trainers on our team use that before they're going to practice and play a game because it's going to help loosen their muscles and everything like that. So most people just would need it afterwards. Another great thing to do beforehand is apply Breathe or the Breathe Stick right to your airways and open up your respiratory system so that you are getting all that oxygen in your body. And it's just going to make it easier to work out. It's going to get more oxygen into your body, to your vital organs, and support you. There's a lot of other things that are in our product list, like Mito2 Max. We just don't really have time to get into all of that. But just so you know, those are a few that you'll want to start with in helping you to get more out of your workouts. Okay, so the next step in our wellness pyramid is to rest and manage stress. And hey, that's probably easier said than done, right? Because it's not easy to manage stress, especially if you work in a stressful environment and there's not, you can't quit your job or you can't fire your coworkers or whatever it is that makes your environment stressful. So how do you do that? There are really great, we have the emotional aromatherapy line that are so wonderful for managing stress. The Peace Blend, reaching into my little essential oil drawer again, you can get the Peace Blend in the 5 ml, or you can also get the Touch Roller. I have both of those because I like to diffuse peace sometimes. I also like to keep it in my purse, which I have right here. This is the bag, not really a purse, my bag that I take with me because I'm a mom. And so I always have like changes of clothes and stuff like that. And I have this little compartment right here and my piece is in there. I've actually given that one away to people just because I believe in it so much for managing that stress and dealing with those anxious feelings. It's very calming and can help you feel collected again. Aromas are really beneficial for influencing your mood, as I talked about before. They get right into your olfactory system through your nose and affect your brain. And so it's just really powerful. Citrus oils are going to be uplifting. Some citrus oils are even grounding at the same time. So those are a great one to diffuse for a group. If you need to bring some people down and bring other people up, citrus oils like bergamot are really, really great for that. So I could teach a whole hour class on that. Each level of this wellness pyramid, I could teach a whole hour class on, especially this next one, which is called reducing toxicity. There are so many hidden toxins in the way we live. Everything from plastic water bottles that we drink out of, just our water system, things in the air, fragrances, artificial fragrances, laundry detergents, things that are touching your skin. So if you're using a dryer sheet that's full of endocrine disruptors and you're putting it on your skin, you might experience shifts in your hormones that are not wanted. Okay, so there's a lot of people in our in society right now, just in general, who are dealing with infertility. Infertility in my generation is the highest it's been of any generation. And why is that? So what are we doing differently? We have just this abundance of chemicals. I know a girl who actually formulated fragrances for a laundry company that's really, really huge and had problems getting pregnant. And it's like, well, you're working around that all the time and you're in that environment. It's really, really not good for you. So what do we do to change that? So we reduce our exposure to those toxicities, which takes a really long time to learn. And I had to relearn how to do all of my cleaning without chemicals. But you could basically clean anything with lemon essential oil, water, and vinegar. That's basically everything. Plus our On Guard cleaner concentrate. And those are pretty much the things that I use in my house. So it's been amazing. It still smells really great. When you're cleaning with the citrus oil, you're getting that aromatherapy benefit from it too, so that when you're scrubbing and all of a sudden you're just happier because you're using essential oils in that way too. So find trusted, what you trust, but really it's less expensive and it's safer and it's more effective just to use those water, vinegar, oils, and baking soda. You could pretty much clean anything with those things. So you're going to save yourself a ton of money, and then you're going to be able to buy better products. So you would be making better choices in your personal care products as well, which is a huge thing. So this is our Barrage skincare line. It is a really clean, as far as being green. You can basically eat this, which is good because what you're putting on your skin is a filter organ. It's going in your body. So you need to be careful of what you choose. So this is a really high-end skincare line that's also green. It really works well, and it's infused with essential oils, and it's just beautiful. It smells amazing. And you get that aromatherapeutic benefit before you climb into bed every night after doing your skincare routine. Another thing is the Haircare. I use all 4 of these and really love them. I got rid of hairspray a few years ago, which is crazy because I live in Nashville and it's humid, and I have actually really coarse, wiry hair. It's really thick, and these products have been amazing for me. I've tried everything over the years. My mom's a hairdresser, and so I grew up using kind of high-end, salon brands and things like that. And I've also used cheap brands when I, went out to be a grown-up, and before I used doTERRA. I've used cheap things and salon things, and these are amazing. So they're by far my favorite. They just make your hair so clean. And then I just use the root tip serum. When it's wet, blow it dry. And then I use my healthy hold glaze in place of hairspray. And my hair's been, it grows faster than it used to. And it's just really healthy. I don't have breakage or anything like that. So, and then after you reduce toxicity by buying better products, you also want to release that toxicity that's been stored in your body. So when your body does have natural ways to eliminate toxicity, But those systems are just overburdened by our lifestyles. So if your body cannot eliminate a toxin, it's going to isolate it in a fat cell. So you might have fat cells that are extra, extra plump just from toxicity. So if you're going to go ahead and do what we have, the 30-day renewal, Zendocrine is part of that. It supports your liver to do what it needs to do, and it supports your filter organs to do what they need to do to help clean and prepare them for the whole detox thing. So if you have questions about the 30-day renewal cleanse program, you want to reduce some toxicity and eliminate it from your body, that is just such a great thing. I've done it a few times, like, once a year or twice a year. It's a really good thing to do anyway. And every time I do that, I just feel a little bit better. My skin's a little bit brighter. My cognitive function is a little bit sharper, and I just feel a little bit zippier. So it's really good to do that kind of maintenance. Just like you would get your filter clean in your car when you get your oil changed, you want to clean your body's filters too. Okay, the next level in the wellness pyramid is the informed self-care. And what does that mean? That means that you take responsibility and try to educate yourself on your health. Read, ask questions. We grew up kind of not really asking any questions. Like, I had a doctor that we would just, went to, and whatever he said is what we did, and because we trusted his degree. But now there's so much information that we all have access to. I'm not saying that we can replace our doctors, but we just can read a lot these days, ask questions, ask where this information is coming from, who is paying for the research. If there is somebody with a vested interest in the research, they might not be reliable. Okay, so that was kind of a big buzz thing last month with the American Heart Association coming out saying that coconut oil was really bad for us. But a lot of the wellness community was having a really great experience with coconut oil and just having, lowering our cholesterol and feeling better, reducing inflammation and things like that. And so the big question is, who is paying for the research that, the American Heart Association is putting out? And you could quickly put together, follow the money trail and see who's paying for it and what their interests are. And it comes out, we can quickly put two and two together that, the government can't make any money off of coconut oil because it can't be grown here in the United States. And so our cash crops are what? Corn oil. And so that's what the American Heart Association was telling us. Oh, we just use canola oil and vegetable oil and all these things that are actually making us sick. So you really do have to question things sometimes. I'm not saying everybody's out to get you or there's big conspiracies or anything, but honestly, connect the dots, ask some good questions, and think about it, for goodness sake. The last step is our proactive medical care. So there are so many great doctors these days. There are still some of the old school ones who just want to write you a script real fast and get you out of their office. But you can find a really good doctor who they work for you. You're hiring them, so you can leave a doctor at any time. Don't wait for symptoms to arise before going to your doctor. Get your checkups done. DoTERRA is actually opening a medical center out in Utah. And so they're going to first establish that with the people who work for DoTerra. That's going to be there. They're going to have doctors on staff there, and it's basically going to be for them, but it's just going to be a really good model for integrative care in a traditional hospital setting, how to integrate traditional medicine with some more holistic medicine. All right, so let's get into weight management too. There's lots of tools. I've talked about Slim and Sassy before. You really do want to keep your weight healthy as part of your overall big picture of health. And so some things that you could do, we have our Trim Shake that are good for meal replacements. I don't really use those as meal replacements as much as I add them into my smoothies in the morning. And they're going to make you full longer. Okay, so you aren't going to have those cravings throughout the day. You're going to be full longer. Slim and Sassy is also great for those sugar cravings. And we have Slim and Sassy gum now that we can chew if we're really fighting those sugar cravings. It's so helpful. And then Terra Greens is another thing that's going to help fight our cravings because we're getting those nutrients from that so that we aren't craving other things. So a lot of times we think that we're craving chocolate and we'll binge on that, but it's really a nutrient that we're missing out on. So if we're getting from the dark leafy greens and the fruit and the terra greens, it's going to be a better option for us, right? So I'm going to wrap up real quick. There's a couple ways, if you have made a long wish list throughout this with all of the things that I've recommended, don't get overwhelmed. There's a few ways that you can buy essential oils. So you're going to want to, I always say friends don't let friends buy retail. There is a retail option, but you're paying retail prices. You can shop online and there's no commitment or obligation. And it's mydoterra.com, essential oils daily, not Catherine K. It's essential oils daily. Everything is now. So it's easier for people to remember. Wholesale membership is really a great way to go because it's $35 for the year. You get 25% off of everything. You get to participate in loyalty rewards if you want to, and you can get the free product of the month if you want to. So it's $35 for the year, which is such a great deal. If you buy any of these kits, that $35 is included in the price of the kit. So one that I like is the aromatherapy diffused kit, because we talked about stress management and things like that. I also like the Aroma Touch diffused kit because the Aroma Touch kit comes with the oils to do that process. You can Google that when you're done with this presentation. But it's really, really great. It comes with a couple of my favorite oils like Wild Orange and Balance, which is a really good one for so many different things. There's also the Family Wellness Kit and some really great options for you. So you can take a look at all of those just by Googling doTERRA enrollment kits. And then it comes with you could also just pay the $35 membership and get an introductory packet and then choose a la carte the items that you would like. I mentioned loyalty rewards for a second there. This is doTERRA's frequent buyer program, which is so smart to buy this way, especially if you are making over your medicine cabinet and you're going to be doing green cleaning to reduce your toxicity. If you want to do the lifelong vitality pack that I mentioned and things like that, you're probably going to be ordering pretty frequently. So it's a really great idea to spread out, take your wish list, if you jotted down a lot of things during this presentation, and break it out over a few months to prioritize what you want to start with right away and what can maybe wait a month or two. And then each month, place an order. If you are ordering consistently, you will earn an increasing percentage back all the way up to 30% back, which is really, really a good deal. So every time I shop, I get 30% back on everything in addition to the 25% off that I'm getting. So it's a really good deal on all of our oils and products. So you can customize, I was talking about our supplementation. You can customize your supplementation this is a picture of our back office there. So you can get, you put in the Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is a 30-day supply, and you get, if you were buying it individually, it would be very, very expensive. If you're buying it retail, through loyalty rewards, you can get it for $79.50. And then you can add on other things that you like. So this month I'm adding on Terrazyme, which is our digestive enzyme, which cannot be underestimated. It's amazing for getting more nutrition out of our food that isn't quite as dense as it used to be. It's also, enzymes are necessary to your connective tissue in your body, which is kind of everything. So you're going to want to take those, try them out. Those make such a big difference. Speaking of trying out things, the Lifelong Vitality Pack has a 30-day money-back guarantee on it. So if you take it and you don't notice significant changes, send your empty bottles back to doTERRA and they'll give you your money back. So there's really no risk in trying it. It's amazing. That was one of the first things that I added to my to my loyalty rewards years ago. And I just can't even imagine not having it. I've taken it through 2 pregnancies and nursing babies. And it's just been a game changer for me. I've noticed changes to my skin, changes to my energy, changes to my immune system, just overall managing inflammation in my body. It's just been so beneficial for me. And then you could see that every month there's other things you might add on. Everybody's going to want extra On Guard in their household right now with kids going back to school and things like that. And then whatever oils you need, every few months I'll add the hair care bundle in there. And then every few months I'll add the skincare bundle in there. I also add On Guard cleaner concentrate from time to time. That goes a long way, so you don't have to order it too frequently. So it's really good to prioritize a few months at a time on your loyalty rewards and make the most of that. And September is coming up, and there might be a 200 PV promo, which they do from time to time. So that's it for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and tell you where we can connect. If you want to go shopping, you could go to mydoterra.com/essential oils daily. You could connect with my public Facebook, which is facebook.com/essential oils daily. We also have a private group just for members of our team. If you're working with another doTERRA team, you'll have to find out if they have a group. If you're not already working with another team, you can join ours at facebook.com/groups/EO daily. And then Instagram is Essential Oils Daily as well. So I hope you'll find me on all those channels and connect there. Give me a call if you need help answering your questions. You can find my contact info there in my public profiles as well. So if you are shopping around Essential Oils Daily and have some questions about the right enrollment kit that might be working for you, we can talk about that too. So I hope that was really helpful for you guys, and we will have a great day.